Things women need. Let's get straight to it. A lot of women are not crazy. A lot of women are not too emotional. A lot of women are not asking for too much. They are simply in relationships where the structure is weak, the communication is vague, and the man thinks because he is physically present, financially helping, or not cheating, that should be enough. No, that is not enough. A relationship can look fine from the outside and still have a woman starving on the inside. She can be loyal. She can cook. She can pray. She can support him. She can help build the house. She can hold the family together. She can still be emotionally exhausted because the relationship is not giving her security. And men, listen carefully. This does not always mean you are a bad man. It means you may be an untrained man. You may love her, but you do not know how to make her feel safe inside that love. Love without structure becomes stress. Love without clarity becomes confusion. Love without leadership becomes emotional labor for the woman. And women, you need to hear this too. Not every man who fails you in these areas is your enemy. Some men were never taught how to lead emotionally. Some men were taught how to work, how to survive, how to provide, how to protect, how to be hard, how to stay quiet, how to keep going. But they were never taught how to communicate commitment, create peace, or build emotional security. That does not excuse immaturity, but it explains why so many relationships have love present and safety absent. So here are 5 things women actually need for relationship security. Number 1, emotional safety. This is the price of admission. If she cannot tell you how she feels without you getting defensive, dismissive, angry, sarcastic, or silent, she is not emotionally safe with you. And no, emotional safety does not mean you let her disrespect you. It does not mean you become weak. It does not mean you surrender your standards. It means you are disciplined enough to hear her without turning every feeling into a courtroom. A secure man does not panic when his woman has emotions. He listens, he observes, he asks better questions. He does not make her responsible for calming him down before she can even be heard. A lot of men think, I don't hit her, I don't curse her out, I pay bills. What else does she want? That is the problem. You are defining safety by the absence of damage. She is looking for the presence of peace. There is a difference. A house can have no fire and still have no warmth. A relationship can have no cheating and still have no closeness. A man can be present in the home and still be emotionally unavailable. So emotional safety means she can bring a concern to you and not feel like she just entered a fight. It means she can say, this hurt me, and you do not immediately respond with, well, you hurt me too. It means she can be human without you acting like her emotions are an attack on your manhood. Because a woman who does not feel safe will not remain soft forever. She will start bracing. Then she will start monitoring. Then she will start detaching. And by the time many men notice, she is already left emotionally. Number 2, clarity on commitment. Women need to know where they stand, not through guessing, not through reading your mood, not through counting how fast you text back, not through asking her friends to interpret your behavior. She needs clear words. Where is this going? What are we building? What is the timeline? What role does she play in your future? A man saying we'll see after months or years of access to a woman's body, time, emotions, loyalty, prayers, and labor is not mysterious. It is immature. A woman cannot relax in a relationship where she has to audit your interests every day. She needs a clear answer, not vague, not poetic, not I care about you. That is not a plan. Not I want us to be on the same page. That is not a commitment. That is a sentence people use when they want the comfort of seriousness without the responsibility of definition. Say what you want. Say what you are building. Say what season you are in. Say when you expect to move forward. A woman can handle truth better than confusion. If you do not see marriage, say that. If you are not ready, say that. If you are serious but need 6 months to organize finances, family matters, healing, or career direction, say that. But do not keep somebody emotionally invested in a future you have not decided to build. That is not leadership. That is holding space without holding responsibility. And women, you need to stop pretending that confusion is chemistry. If you have to keep asking where you stand, you already have information. If the relationship only feels secure when he is in a good mood, that is not security. That is emotional weather.
You've tried it your way, but you're still in debt. Or maybe you're doing okay, but want to invest smarter, grow faster. MillionaireX.ai gives you real step-by-step strategies to ditch debt or stack wealth. Stop dreaming and start planning. Visit MillionaireX.ai today. I want you to be the next millionaire next door.
Number 5, excitement. Now let's clean this up. Excitement does not always mean expensive trips, surprise dates, big gifts, or social media moments. That is performance. Real excitement comes from progress. A man with a plan is attractive. A man building something is attractive. A man who knows where the family is going is attractive. A man who is getting better, sharper, healthier, wiser, more disciplined, and more purposeful is attractive. A woman gets bored when there is no vision, not because she is impossible to please, not because she is ungrateful, but because life with you has become maintenance instead of movement. Same arguments, same routines, same excuses, same financial ceiling, same emotional patterns, same lack of direction. That kills attraction. You want her excited? Build a life she can respect, create momentum, set goals, improve your health, strengthen your finances, lead the household, develop spiritually, build ownership. Stop making her feel like the only future plan is surviving another week. A woman does not just want a vacation, she wants a vision. She wants to know the family is going somewhere. She wants to know the sacrifice has direction. She wants to know the relationship is not just two people aging together while repeating the same cycles, especially in our community. Black love cannot just be about chemistry. It has to be about healing, ownership, legacy, and protection. We are not just dating for entertainment. We are building families in a world that already applies pressure to Black families from every angle. So if you are going to be together, build something worthy of the time. Build peace, build wealth, build health, build faith, build systems, build a home where people do not have to pretend they are fine. Now, here is what it looks like when a woman has all 5. When she has emotional safety, clarity, clear expectations, emotional intimacy, and excitement, she becomes different. Her baseline becomes calm instead of brace for impact. She sleeps better. She stops tracking his mood before she speaks. She stops feeling like she has to mother him, manage him, motivate him, and monitor the relationship by herself. And yes, her desire can come back too, because attraction does not grow well in confusion. Desire does not grow well in resentment. Peace creates space for passion. A lot of men want softness from a woman they keep placing in survival mode. That is not realistic. You cannot create tension all week and then expect warmth on command. You cannot ignore her emotionally and then wonder why she does not respond physically. Security comes before softness. Peace comes before passion. Leadership comes before access. Now, let me say this clearly. Stop letting online pseudo gurus who have not been married for decades happily, consistently, and visibly become the architects of your relationship. Everybody with a microphone is not a mentor. Everybody with a viral clip is not qualified. Everybody who sounds confident is not carrying wisdom. A lot of what you hear online is all cap when you peel back the layers of their real life. They can tell women how to submit, but have never built a relationship worth submitting to. They can tell men how to lead, but their own life has no order, no wife, no family structure, no long-term fruit, and no accountability. They can talk about marriage like experts, but they have not walked the road long enough to teach people how to survive the storms. That is entertainment. That is not counsel. And I am not saying this as a perfect man. I am not perfect. Nobody with real life experience is walking around pretending to be flawless. But I am speaking as someone with life experience, education, marriage perspective, counseling background, business exposure, family responsibility, and enough real world observation to tell you this. Do not let broken people sell you relationship blueprints. Do not let single season commentators talk you out of lifetime covenant thinking. Do not let bitter people monetize your confusion. Do not let people who have not built anything durable teach you how to destroy what still has potential. Because advice has a source. And before you trust the advice, inspect the source. Look at the fruit, not the followers. Look at the household, not the highlight reel. Look at the consistency, not the confidence. Some people are not trying to heal your relationship. They are trying to feed your frustration so you keep watching. Anger is profitable. Gender war is profitable. Confusion is profitable. But your broken home is not entertainment. Your marriage is not content. Your children's stability is not a debate topic. Your future is too expensive to keep investing in cheap advice. Now, here is the structural blind spot. Too many people are trying to fix relationship symptoms without fixing relationship systems. Now let's bring this home. At some point, every serious relationship has to graduate from feelings into function. Because feelings may start the relationship, but function sustains it. A home cannot run on chemistry alone. A marriage cannot run on attraction alone. A family cannot run on good intentions alone. At some point, somebody has to ask, how do we communicate? How do we make decisions? How do we handle conflict? How do we manage money? How do we protect peace? How do we repair when we hurt each other? How do we build a life that our children can trust? That is where grown love begins. Not in the butterflies, not in the pictures, not in the matching outfits, not in the public captions. Grown love begins when two people decide they are going to build something stable enough to survive pressure. So here are 5 execution moves. Number 1, stop assuming and start defining. Define the relationship. Define commitment. Define expectations. Define boundaries. Define what respect looks like. Define what support looks like. Define what leadership looks like. Define what partnership looks like. Confusion is expensive. It costs peace. It costs time. It costs trust. It costs intimacy. A relationship with no definitions becomes a place where both people keep disappointing each other without knowing the rules. Number 2, create a relationship meeting, not an argument, not a therapy session pretending to be a conversation, not a chance to dump 3 months of frustration on somebody. A real meeting, calm, consistent, structured. Ask 3 questions. What did we do well this week? What felt heavy this week? What needs to change next week? That is it. Keep it simple, keep it honest, keep it respectful. If you can run meetings at work, in business, at church, in community organizations, and for everybody else's agenda, you can run one for your household. Your relationship deserves structure too. Number 3, turn complaints into instructions. I feel alone needs to become, I need 15 minutes of undistracted conversation at night. You never help needs to become, I need you to own this specific responsibility without me reminding you. You do not care needs to become, when I tell you something important, I need you to follow up with me later. That is how you move from emotional noise to practical repair. A person cannot consistently meet a need that has never been clearly named. Say the need, name the behavior, set the rhythm, then watch the pattern. Number 4, build a family vision, not just a romantic vision, a family vision. Where are we going financially? What are we building spiritually? How are we raising our children? What kind of home are we creating? What habits are we refusing to pass down? What assets are we trying to own? What emotional patterns end with us? That is the difference between dating for attention and building for legacy. Especially for Black families, this matters. We cannot afford relationships that only produce drama, debt, confusion, and trauma. We need relationships that produce peace, property, purpose, protection, and progress. Love should not just feel good, love should build good. Number 5, check the fruit before you accept the counsel. Do not let everybody speak into your relationship. Some people are loud because they are wounded. Some people are confident because they are unaccountable. Some people are popular because they know how to trigger pain, not because they know how to heal it. Before you take advice, ask, what has this person built? Who can verify their wisdom? Do they have long-term fruit? Do they understand covenant, family, sacrifice, repair, and responsibility? Or are they just performing confidence online? Because the wrong voice can make you suspicious of a good partner. The wrong voice can make you arrogant when you need humility. The wrong voice can make you leave something repairable. And the wrong voice can make you stay in something destructive. Discernment matters. Now, let me speak directly to the men. If you want a woman to relax into your leadership has to be real, not loud, not controlling, not because I said so. Real leadership is responsibility. It is emotional discipline. It is consistency. It is provision with presence. It is protection with wisdom. It is correction without cruelty. It is vision without ego. It is being the kind of man whose presence lowers the temperature in the house instead of raising it. Bills alone do not make you a leader. Opinions alone do not make you a leader. Physical strength alone does not make you a leader. A leader creates order. A leader creates safety. A leader creates direction. A leader takes ownership. Now, let me speak directly to the women. Do not fall in love with potential and ignore the pattern. Potential is the fantasy of who someone could become.
Ready to dominate your industry with strategy that actually scales? At Coleman Public Relations and Consulting Firm, we're not just PR experts, we're licensed sports agents certified in AI and elite business consultants with over 2 decades of experience leading global projects across multiple countries. Visit cprfirm.com, that's colemanprfirm.com, and millionairex.ai. Then download the Millionaire X app, your AI powered guide to getting out of debt, investing smarter, and building generational wealth. Coleman Public Relations and Consulting Firm. It's a family business, it's different.
Pattern is the evidence of who they keep choosing to be. Pay attention. Does he repair? Does he listen? Does he grow? Does he follow through? Does he take accountability? Does he make your life more stable or more chaotic? And be honest about yourself too. Are you communicating clearly? Or are you expecting him to decode pain? Are you asking for partnership or are you trying to control the outcome? Are you being patient or are you avoiding the truth? Are you being loyal or are you afraid to start over? Hard questions create honest lives. The goal is not for men to win. The goal is not for women to win. The goal is for the family to win. The goal is peace in the home. The goal is children who do not have to recover from the relationship that raised them. The goal is adults who know how to love without destroying each other. The goal is covenant with competence, faith with responsibility, attraction with direction, commitment with structure, and love with fruit. Because a healthier relationship should make both people stronger. It should improve your discipline. It should sharpen your decisions. It should support your purpose. It should help regulate your emotions. It should strengthen your money habits. It should create a safer environment for children. It should move the family toward ownership. If the relationship keeps making both people smaller, colder, more anxious, more resentful, and more distant from purpose, stop calling that normal. Something has to be addressed. That does not always mean leave, but it always means tell the truth. Tell the truth about what is missing. Tell the truth about what hurts. Tell the truth about what you have avoided. Tell the truth about what you are willing to change. Tell the truth about what you refuse to keep repeating. Mature love is not fantasy. Mature love is responsibility. Mature love is repair. Mature love is humility. Mature love is two people choosing peace over pride and progress over performance. Here is the structural blind spot. Most people are trying to protect the image of the relationship instead of rebuilding the infrastructure of the relationship. They want people to think the home is strong, but behind closed doors, there is no plan, no rhythm, no emotional safety, no repair process, and no shared direction. That is not strength. That is staging, and staged relationships eventually collapse under real pressure. So here is the scaling challenge. Treat your relationship like the first institution your family owns. Give it structure, give it meetings, give it standards, give it a mission, give it a financial direction, give it spiritual grounding, give it repair rules, give it legacy goals. Because if the relationship cannot carry peace, money, children, purpose, and ownership, then it is not just a romance issue. It is a family infrastructure issue. And strong families are not built by accident. They are built by people who stop playing with structure. If you need coaching, book time at cprfirm.com.
Hi everyone. Have you ever been curious about visiting Africa? Which African country were you interested in? Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, Ethiopia? Which country are you interested in? My good friend, Kellen Kash came up with a course called My First Trip to Africa that'll guide you through this process. It's only $20, and in this course you'll learn about passports, visas, vaccinations that you need before you go there, as well as a budget, how much the trip is going to cost. He also talks about what you should pack, what you should take with you, how you should travel on a budget. Did you know that $100 is worth 1,000 South African rand and over 10,000 Kenyan shillings? So imagine what you can do with $100 back home. I say back home because I'm from Sudan, I'm African, I already know how it's like. I know that, when you convert Canadian and American money, it goes a long way when you're traveling across Africa. So if you're curious, if Africa is a place that you've always wanted to go, always wanted to move there, Kellen Kash is the person to ask. Check out the course. There's a little preview you can listen to before you actually purchase it. If you're interested in this course, visit www.diversifiedgame.com. Don't miss out.